This is Second Ezra 6 and 27. It says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared." I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shot there from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And we're at a point in time where this truth is just running wild. And this sit down was inspired by a conversation I was having with the Elder Baharai. And we were talking about different types of books and how when we first came into the truth, now the Elder Baharai, he's been in the truth like a couple of years. I think maybe about, I want to say maybe about 7 years longer than I have. I've been in 9. I want to say he's been about like 15, but nonetheless, you know, when we both came into the truth, we were talking about how inexpensive these books are, okay? And how some of these, even some of the super rare books, you know, at the most, probably wasn't going to cost you over $100. All right? But when the elder and I was talking, I was saying, hey man, I said, you know how the mighty brother Jeremiah, who we affectionately call Murph, all right, he did a video a while back saying how GMS caused the whole world to read the Bible. And I said, you know, I got a little add-on or a PS to that one. We could also say, hey, GMS caused the price of books to go up. All right, because every time a brother has gotten a hand on a very rare book or a book that has very damaging information in it to bad Uncle Esau, the price of that book has either gone up or it's gone out of stock. Okay, one of the first books that I remember that a lot of brothers were doing sit downs on was Arthur Koestler's The 13th Tribe. Now that used to be an inexpensive book, maybe around like $20-something. Hey man, that book is going up in the hundreds. Now, all the books I'm about to mention to you have definitely gone up to the hundreds. You don't have to believe me. You can look it up for yourself. Okay. Now some of them might have reprints because they're old and they're not as expensive. But a lot of these books that I'm going to mention have definitely gone up to the hundreds of dollars, if not thousands. Okay, I remember a lot of brothers were going in on the book. I forgot the author's name, but it was Who is Esau Edom? Okay, that book was probably about $15, and now that book is up in the hundreds. There's some sites that will say it's out of stock. Okay, the brother Kazak went in on this book, Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, how pretty much Reuben and Gad were the Israelites. That book used to be inexpensive, like I said, maybe around $20-30 something. Now that's in the hundreds. Okay, William Beeston did a book, The Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomite. The Elder Malcolm brought a lot of heavy sit-downs on that book. That book was like $20-30 something. Now it's up in the hundreds. Okay, and there's plenty of other books that brothers have gotten on the cheap. All right, and now they're worth hundreds and hundreds. Some, like I said, some of these books are even worth thousands of dollars. Okay, and this is all due to the men of Great Millstone, and I say that with all humility. Okay, Because each time a brother picked up one of these books, very damaging evidence has come out that basically describes the full treachery of bad Uncle Esau. And then when you link it to the Bible, oh man, it's a wrap, man. And see, he can't take it because for a long time, all this information was hidden. Like when you, let's see, Revelation 20 and 7. I'm going to start at 20 and 3. And it says, and cast him into the bottomless pit. Well, let me start at 2. It says, and he laid hold of the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. Now we go down to verse 7, because this is talking about the dark ages when our people drove them devils in the caves. And it says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, this was the Renaissance period, Satan, which is bad Uncle Esau, shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. But that's the point. All right. Once this devil came back into the power in the 1400s, he spent billions of dollars on a public relation campaign, destroying our artifacts, icons, paintings, literature, all to hide the truth. But see, their people wrote of these exploits and wrote of our people. So now you get to the point where they perceive that they had the victory, but now brothers are finding old books. Now we have the internet. We have easy access to go get these books, to purchase them, to get these pieces of literature that their own people wrote that condemn them. And now when we bring stuff, like I said, when we bring these books to life, the 13th tribe, the Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomite, who is Esau, Edom? What's that one book by, is it Shlomo saying? I forgot that name. But nonetheless, all right, Lost Tribes in Promised Land. And there's one book that talks about the, Nature Knows No Color Lines. Whew. Hey, when we start bringing out books like that and linking them to the scripture, man, it's been a wrap. Like I said, all those books used to cost like maybe $20 to $30, maybe $100, depending on how old and thick and information dense it is. Like I said, now these books are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Some of them are thousands. And who's responsible? Ultimately, it was through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But who's responsible for making the price of books go up? The men of Great Millstone. We are single-handedly responsible. We are the reason why these old books are expensive. We are the reason why there are certain publishing or distribution companies that absolutely will not put that book back in stock because they know we're looking for them. But they don't want folks to know this information. Like the scripture says, let me put on pause real quick. Here it is, John 8:32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And that's what's happening right now. We're bringing out this truth, and it's freeing the minds of many, first and foremost, of many of our people around the world who've been duped by bad Uncle Esau's witchcraft. And it's also freeing the minds of these heathen nations, because just as you have Israelites watching these videos, you got heathens watching these videos as well. Because as the Elder Malcolm always says, you start hearing people use the same rhetoric and slang as we do. So this is how you know, man, the whole world's watching us. We're freeing minds all across the world. And bad Uncle Esau does not like that. And what have we used to help further cripple this devil? His own books that he writes. And linking them to the scripture. This is why I can confidently say, even though I say it as a man, through the Spirit, I can confidently say, the men of Great Millstone, we are the main reason why the price of these books have gone up and why some of them will not be given out to the public. So that's all I wanted to say on that. I hope you all were edified. Until the next time, we're going to say Shalom.